Yes, everybody, welcome back to the Irish Hotspur. Jack here to give my reactions to the different predictions that have been sent in to me by my fellow Spurs creators ahead of our Hoffenheim game, a Europa League night in Germany this Thursday night. And we do need a win because if we pick up a win, we can get ourselves back into the automatic promotion spots into the next rounds of the Europa League. It'd be good to avoid, I think, those extra games. And right now, we're at the very tip top of the playoff rounds, the parts where you do get into the next rounds, but you do have to play some extra games and we're just on the edge of maybe getting into the automatic promotion spot. So a huge chance here for Spurs to get a win here, and then hopefully Man United can actually do the job against Rangers, and then we would climb ahead of Rangers in the league table, which we're both on 11 points right now. So a huge game. Smash the like button, please, everybody. Also, as well, let's take a look at the league table. We have Kate at the top. She's climbed 2 points clear of Marlon. Marlon, though, starting to climb up. He's in second. Lee on third. Dermatron in fourth. They're sadly starting to lose their grip on the title here, Lee and Dermatron. They were getting very high at one point, maybe starting to drop now. And then we have Sonny in fifth. Then Harry Scarf, hopefully, I'm going to start rooting for him to start climbing up the table. But thanks to Marlon for putting that together. Now let's get into it. Let's see what he has to say. Marlon from Spurs Kings TV. What sort of prediction does he have in store for us ahead of our big game against Hoffenheim? Again, not maybe the biggest game on paper, the sexiest sort of fixture or anything, but it is a huge game for us to see if we can get into those automatic spots of the Europa League.
Dave, Jack, hope you are well. It's Marlon from Spurs Kings TV, and it is my prediction for Hoffenheim. Look, second in the table at the moment, so I've got to be a bit, I've got to catch Kate. I've got to catch Kate. So, what am I going to do? I am not going to go for a Spurs win because we're away from home and we're in Europe and we ain't got no players and we ain't got goalkeeper. I don't know who the hell we're going to play. So, the idea I have to go for is it going to be a draw or a win? Look, it's going to be a tough game. They're just as bad as us in the league. You know what? But it is what it is at the moment. So I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. I've got a feeling we'll go 1-0 down, bring it back to 2-1, and then to deflate us, because the way we've been playing recently, I've got a feeling it'll be 2-2. So I'm going for Hoffenheim 2, Spurs 2, which will be enough to get us through, but it is what it is. And hopefully Spurs prove me wrong and we get a win, because we need one. He needs to start getting results now. That's all that he needs to do. But anyway, like, subscribe to Dave and the Irish Hotspur, and Jack, big up.
I like the hoodie and I like the outfit, Marlon. He's very concerned about getting up that table, which I don't blame him. He's putting it all together for us, so you would like to see him at the tip top, and he wants to climb and catch up with Kate there. He's gone for a 2-2. Wouldn't mind that. Sounds like an exciting game. I think it's also relatively realistic given our form right now. It'd be a lot to ask, to have us get a win because we're just playing terribly right now. But if we do get a win, I think we get that sort of ease of mind knowing that we should be able to get into the next rounds no problem. He seems to suggest that if we get a draw that we should be able to. I'm not too sure about that, but I could be wrong. I haven't necessarily done my, complete research on it. I've just taken, a little quick look at the table. And from what I can tell, I think a win would help us out a ton, knowing that Rangers, if they drop points to Man United, then we climb ahead of them. And then Elfsport should be a pretty easy job, no matter how bad we're playing. But then again, you never know with Tottenham Hotspur. Please, everybody, check out Spurs Kings TV. Great guy, Marlon. And we'll move on swiftly to Harry Scarf from Scarfy Spurs Talk. See what he has to say. Also, love the mini microphone. He's total pro.
What's happened, people? Here are my thoughts going into Hoffenheim. Off the back of that Everton defeat, I think you saw positives in that second half, but overall performance wasn't good enough, and no, neither was the result. But I parked this from the league because it's the Europa League. Massive for us this year. Chance to end our trophy drought, and it has to be a win. We're up against a side like ourselves that isn't in very good form. They also, coincidentally also find themselves 15th in their league, so they really are struggling. It's a five-year low. They haven't been this bad for 5 years, but still away from home, you just don't know. And we are down to the bare bones of what we've got available. And if Dragusin doesn't make it, my question here is who plays left back, because Davis and Gray will be at the centre back. Who goes left back? It's got no Regulon, no Spence. Of course, in goal, no Kinski as well. So I'm assuming it'll be Austin in goal. I'm hoping we can nick a win more than anything, and hopefully, because it's the younger players that I bank on and I trust rather than senior players who are in that position now. I'm going 2-1 Spurs, and it will be able to nick a win. Not about the performance. This is about getting the result, getting the job done, relieving the pressure, and getting through to the next stage. Big up.
Thanks for sending that in, Harry. It is just kind of about getting through here. He did mention that I believe that it's going to be tough to find a left back for this game. He's actually right because we've been depending so much on Jed Spence recently, but Jed Spence isn't even registered to the Europa League squad. So this is going to be tough for Ange. It's a guy that's been bailing him out, you could say, in recent games. He's been probably one of our best players in the last month, maybe even been our best player, kind of in terms of consistent performances in the last month or so. So he's going to be a huge loss. No Reguilon as well, right? So this is going to be a tough call for Ange Postecoglou. And right, knowing the Dragishin situation, I think Dragishin is supposed to be okay though. I believe he just had some stitches and then maybe nothing more serious than that. I'm not sure if it was even a concussion or anything. Could be wrong though. I guess we'll find out very soon when Postecoglou gives out his interview, or sorry, not his interview, his press conference tomorrow. But please, everybody, check out Harry Scarfy Spurs Talk, and move on to Kate. And Kate, by the way, loved your talk sport call the other day. I'm, of course, an avid talk sport listener and recognized your voice the other day when you called in. So great job, Kate. And thought you were very professional.
Hi Jack, hi Dave, over the IrishHotspur. It's Kate from The Perfect Match coming to you with a prediction for Hoffenheim versus Tottenham on Thursday evening. Another really bad performance on the weekend. Crazy formation really. Looks like Ange decided on that about 10 minutes before and didn't bother to tell the players because it looked like no one really knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
I know Archie Gray's come in for some stick, but I refuse to blame him because I think he's been one of the shining lights of the season so far. But we move on to Hoffenheim with goodness knows what squad, goodness knows who's going to be available. So it's going to be a testing game for sure. But that's all it is of late. I'm actually sitting here amazed as Postecoglou is still in a job, and the only thing I can think of is they're trying to give him till the Liverpool second leg, but I don't know anymore. But I'm not going into this field with confidence. Although Hoffenheim, I think, are 15th, they're not playing great at the minute. So I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw for this one. But anything could happen. This is Tottenham. But keeping the faith a little bit and hoping this season's not a complete write-off. But as always, guys, come on you Spurs.
Kate looks pretty defeated there. Don't blame her. 1-1 draw, though. We'll take it. If Marlon's correct, that could get us into the automatic spots for the next round. I would like to get a win, though. I think we desperately need a win away from home in Europa League game as well. I think could lift the fan base at least a little bit because we are definitely kind of towards the basement parts of emotion here when it comes to Tottenham Hotspur. And I am also kind of surprised that Ange is still in a job despite how much I have supported him, despite how much I have backed him and tried to defend him. I am surprised he's actually still in the job. I do think maybe Daniel Levy is kind of trying to avoid maybe a Jose Mourinho type situation where, of course, he sacked Jose before a cup final. Maybe he's trying to, bring the likes of, Jose, or sorry, he's trying to avoid the Jose situation and, maybe just keep Ange, in here for the time being and seeing if Ange can perform a miracle, despite all the signs that are suggesting that that won't happen. And we're in terrible form. I think maybe Levy's just in a very stupid way, just trying to avoid, I guess, a similar type of outcome or situation with the Jose. Because if he were to sack Ange now, I think it'd probably be like Ryan Mason or something to take on that Liverpool game. So maybe he's just trying to avoid that. But we'll move on swiftly to Lee the Dorset Spur, and we'll see what he has to say. Our man Lee.
Hey Dave, hey Jack, hello everyone at the Irish Hotspur. Lee the Dorset Spur here, back with another prediction for Tottenham versus Hoffenheim. Spin a coin, who knows what's going to happen. This is going to be tough, unfortunately, because now with even more injuries, with Solanke out, Basuma out, Johnson out, and then you've got Reguilon who can't play, Kinski who can't play, and Spence who can't play. We are even shorter of options going away, and our away record has been terrible. Fortunately, Hoffenheim are having a difficult season as well, but it kind of doesn't mean anything really. So I'll be honest, I really don't know what the score's going to be. It's just a feeling in your bones. We're desperate for things to to start to improve, and my hope is that this is the one that does it. So can't see us not conceding, but can't see it being massively high scoring. So I'm going to go with the safe option of a 2-1 win to Spurs, but that is more in hope than expectation, unfortunately, the Spurs.
I would also go for a 2-1 win if we are to get a win. I'm not that confident either, Lee, but I think you and I are cut from a similar happy clapper cloth, and it's finding it very, very hard right now to be a happy clapper and to, sort of we're basically just imagining wins, at this stage, it kind of feels like. But I've also kind of gone for something similar of like a 2-1 win if we are to get over the line. I could see this being actually a really boring game, sadly. Seeing how Spurs are playing right now, we're really not that impressive going forward. We're very frustrating. It's almost like killing brain cells watching us, in the final third. But then also this Hoffenheim team, right? They're in 15th in the Bundesliga and haven't really been, as clued in the European game as much as I would like to be this year. But from what I can tell, they've just been awful. And, I think they had an American manager at one stage, and I didn't really rate him too much. I didn't think he was very good there. And it doesn't look like, things are, going too well for Hoffenheim. So it's the battle of the teams in 15th or around the 15th spots. And when that's the case, maybe it could be fun. Maybe it could be exciting, but I'm a little fearful it could be a very boring game. But if we get over the line with a 2-1 win, I certainly wouldn't care. Big up to Lee the Dorset Spur. Please, everybody, check out his channel. Now we'll move on to Jose Eltel Cockerell. And sadly, no Dermatron for this one. I think he had some internet issues, unfortunately. So I've given Jose the Dermatron role to finish us off here.
Good afternoon, Dave and Jack, and everyone at the Irish Hotspur. This is Jose from Hotel Cockerell here with my prediction for the upcoming game against Hoffenheim in the Europa League. 12th loss. 12th loss in the league last weekend. Oh my God. We can't buy a win. Hoffenheim, they're in the same predicament as us. They're hovering just above the relegation zone. They're 6 points off it, but they're 2 places above it. So they're struggling this season. They were a good team last year. This season they haven't done it in the league. They seem to have struggled. They've only picked up 7 points so far in the Europa League. I believe we've got 14 players out for Thursday's game because of people that are ineligible to play, injuries, and so forth. So it's going to be another patchwork team that goes out there. I'm going to abandon my clean sheet because my clean sheet doesn't seem to work for me. So I'm going to abandon my clean sheet, but I'm a forever faithful. I am still a forever faithful. So I'm going to go for a Hoffenheim 1, Spurs 2. Come on, you mighty Spurs. And in the big hands I still trust. Keep supporting the Irish Hotspur. Take care, lads. Bye.
I actually think Jose did his best job of doing a Dermatron impersonation there. Maybe a little bit of a grunt towards the end there, like Dermo likes to do. Good 2-1 win prediction, back-to-back 2-1 wins. And he's always going to go for some sort of positive result for Spurs, just like Dermatron does, just like I tried to do. It's cut from all similar happy clapper cloths. So big up to Jose, everybody. Do check out El Tel Cockerell. Great guy, great channel. And I think we'll wrap things up there, everybody. Please smash the like button on your way out. Get into the comments. Do check out these people's respective channels. And I will see you for the match day festivities. Doesn't feel like festivities as much, more therapy days, these game days, but hope to see you all there for it on Thursday for Hoffenheim. And catch us for the pre-match build-up. Watch Dave's predicted lineup. Watch along, all that good stuff. See you next time, everybody. Come on, you Spurs.